Okay, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a video on the NFL Lockout or not. Frankly, because I don't really know too much about it. I'm kind of learning about it as I go along. Politically, I hate unions. I make no bones about it. I am anti-union, whether they're private, public, whatever it is. I found this on Facebook earlier today, and I just got around to looking at it. It's from Packers.com, I believe. And it's basically a question and answer, and I will provide a link below so that you can see it for yourself. I guess it came out yesterday. After reading it and having a cigarette and thinking about it, I'm kind of rethinking my stance. Originally, I was for the owners. Not so much because I'm anti-union, but because I feel like, how many of you can go into your boss's office and demand to see the books? That's pretty much what it comes down to. But after reading this, kind of changed my tune a little. It's CBA Lockout question and answer, 5 questions, answers. And it states, these are difficult times for a lot of fans to understand or appreciate. With that difficulty in mind, Packers.com is going to run a series of questions and answers about the current labor dispute that has resulted in a league-wide lockout of NFL players. Here are 5 questions and answers to get us started. Number 1. Why is this happening? That may be the toughest question of all to answer, but the simplest answer might be that the owners and players negotiated a collective bargaining agreement in 2006 that changed what had been a defined gross revenue, DGR, model for sharing revenue to a total football revenue, TFR, model. Prior to 2006, some revenues were not shared. For example, parking, concessions, and club seat license monies were not shared with the players. The CBA of 2006 gave players a 60% share of all revenue. Technically, it left owners with 40% of the gross to pay 100% of the costs. Because it was a new system about which the owners had reservation, they included a clause in the agreement that would allow them to vacate the CBA following the 2010 season. That vacate clause also provided that 2010 would be an uncapped year, which it was. Simply put, the owners quickly discovered that the CBA to which they had agreed in 2006 was not a plan for sustaining the long-term health of the game. It only took 2 years for them to regret having done the deal. That's why this is happening. The two sides needed to go back to 2006 and do what they didn't do then, which is to say, negotiate a lasting agreement. Why are the owners locking out the players? NFL owners are locking out the players because the players' union decertified itself as an organization capable of bargaining for its membership. Some of its players then filed an antitrust lawsuit in federal district court in Minneapolis, where Judge David Doty still presides and has ruled favorably for the players in past labor disputes. With the union having decertified, the players have become independent contractors, the majority of which have long-term contracts with their various teams. If the owners of the various teams didn't lock the players out, the players could simply report for work, and the teams could be responsible for paying them. The teams could be paying players who are suing the league, which means the league's teams could be funding the suit against them. That was something the league did in 1989 when the players decertified and filed an antitrust lawsuit against the league, and it's something the league doesn't wish to do again. Number 3. Will the NFL use replacement players as it did in 1987? That was a strike, this is a lockout. No, the NFL won't use replacement players, because if the league attempted to use replacement players, the players with whom the teams have contracts would report for work and the teams could be contractually obligated to pay them. Number 4, why are the players doing this? It's likely a negotiation tactic. They have demands they want met, and decertifying and filing an antitrust lawsuit worked for them once before, so why not try it again? Number 5, will the two sides agree to play through the litigation as they did in 1989 to 1992? It's an option, but current indications are the owners aren't willing to do that again. After all, it was not a successful strategy for them previously. All indications are that we have reached the Rubicon, and the two sides will have to meet in the middle and help each other out across. With that said, the reason I'm rethinking my stance is, as much as I am for the owners, a contract is a contract. Whether it be a legally signed piece of paper that states that A will do what they say and B will accept those terms, or a handshake and someone's word. Had the NFL, how do I put this? Had the NFL known what was coming up and given straight up deals so that they all ended last season, every player's contract ended on the exact same date, then they could go back and say, you know what, you want to see our books? Well, fuck you. Take it up with the union, take it up with the courts, we don't give a fuck. Done. End of story. You want to play? Play. As everybody has said before in the past, this is basically billionaires versus millionaires. I'm on the side of the owners, but again, like I said with the contracts, it muddles the water a little bit. So I hopefully, come this August, I will be making my preseason divisional picks again. We'll see what happens. In all honesty, as much of a fan of the game as much as I am a fan of the game, I really don't give a fuck what happens at this point. This is ridiculous. Baseball went through this shit. You know, hockey's gone through this shit. I don't know too much about basketball. Maybe they've gone through this shit before. I don't know. Football's gone through this shit before. You would think that these fuckers would learn, you know. But anyways, leave me your thoughts and your comments. I'm always willing to learn more about this game, including this lockout process. Like I said, I don't fully understand it. Maybe some of you guys can leave me some comments and just leave me your thoughts. What you guys think should happen. What side are you on? If you're a total union guy and you're with the players, that's fine. Leave me your comments. You know, I'm not going to fucking troll you or trash you or anything like that. I mean, I just want to have an honest, open debate about what's going on. I'm glad I looked at this. Like I said, I will leave you a link in the bottom. So leave me your thoughts, man. Thanks for watching, guys.